Oh, so lonely, living only to remember you.
I'd like to start by really congratulating the graduating class of 2009. Congratulations. I would like to say that the Board of Education has not approved Margaret Kirkpatrick's request to retire, but I would be lying. While we are here to recognize the remarkable accomplishments of our graduates, we must also acknowledge that this is Margaret Kirkpatrick's last graduation ceremony that she will attend as principal of this school. Let's take a second to acknowledge the fantastic, dynamic, extremely knowledgeable and competent woman who has been principal of Berkeley Adult School for the past 14 years. Let me tell you about some of her many accomplishments. One of the longest serving adult education administrators, 26 years, I believe. One of the most knowledgeable and giving adult education administrators. The one administrator who most knew Northern California adult education administrators called for advice, counsel, and to problem solve issues in their districts. The person who headed California's Adult Education Staff Development Institute from 1998 to 2000. The person who wrote California's last adult education federal plan, which is now up for renewal. The person who codified the criteria for determining programs of excellence for adult schools. The person who created 2 training modules for new adult education administrators with a fellow colleague, fiscal issues and personnel and procedures. The person who is the next president of the California Council of Adult Educators, a prior legislative liaison or mover and shaker about legal issues facing adult education in California, a tireless advocate for adult education, the person who has kept Berkeley Adult School running effectively and efficiently for the past 14 years, and the principal who leads her last Berkeley Adult School graduation tonight in our wonderful newer facility. I could go on and on. But on a personal note, I would like to thank you for being my mentor for the past 9 years and for always modeling the calm voice of reason no matter what lands on her desk.
I'm very moved by your efforts, and I'm very moved by your energy and your bravery and your tenacity. When I first started in the Berkeley Unified School District and Berkeley Adult School 14 years ago, there were some things that are different than they are now. When I played music, I played it on a tape deck and not a DVD or a CD. And when I wanted to communicate with somebody, I wrote them a letter or I made a phone call instead of email. But by and large, many things are the same. It still takes tenacity to get to your goal. It still takes energy to keep a focus on where you want to go. And it still takes a lot of bravery to go through the things that you have to do. I am reminded of a parable where a child discovered a butterfly struggling to get free of a cocoon. And there was just a little tiny opening at the top. And the child thought that he would help the butterfly escape, so he made the hole at the top of the cocoon bigger so that the butterfly could get out easily. And when the butterfly got out, the child was horrified to discover that the butterfly didn't have its full wings and it wasn't strong enough. And it realized that the battle was what made the butterfly strong. And so that's what I think you have to look at what you're going through. Life is not easy, and you have, in many ways, had a more difficult task than what would be a traditional high school path. But sometimes the battle that you go through actually gives you the strength to go on to the next stage. So these are not problems that you have overcome, but they are opportunities that you have grasped and that you have worked to your own benefit, and you have come through stronger at the end, and these are the times that are going to make you successful by going through all of these things and making your own goals possible. You are all to be congratulated for your efforts. You have worked hard, and you now have an opportunity to go forward. At this time in all speeches, it's time for somebody to give you a list of rules or a list of suggestions. And so I would be remiss if I didn't do that. But I also note that giving you rules is like giving you a bad Christmas present. It's easy to give, it's easy to accept, and it's hard to use. But I'm hoping that you're going to find my rules to be of some use to you. The first rule is plan to change. Make plans, but then know you're going to change them. It's now estimated that everybody who goes to work is going to have, within their working career, 6 to 8 careers. Not just jobs, but careers. There are jobs now that you are going to be working for that were not even in existence when I started at this job. So when you come to school, you don't learn facts as much as you learn how to learn. And you learn how to take care of yourself, and you learn how to maintain your own ongoing needs. So plan to change. Secondly, look for adventure. You don't have to be climbing a mountain or going to a foreign land to look for adventure. You just have to find new and interesting ways to do things so that you stay on your own path. Thirdly, follow your passion. It has been said that if you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Find something that you love to do and do it passionately, and you will be happy. And then finally, look for role models. You don't have to look for the person who ran the fastest or who caught the most footballs or who starred in the last film to find a role model. Look at people in your life that are doing things very well. Look at a person who has managed a family and a job and has been happy. Look at a person who has attained a personal goal, who has overcome a disability. Those are your role models. What made them successful? Look to find that out. Follow that kind of a path, and then be a role model yourself. These are the things that I hope you find and that I hope you go forward with. I wish you well. I know that you have many, many wonderful things in your future, and I thank you for your time at Berkeley Adult School.